watched Hocus Pocus.
The first one?
Yeah.
The second one dropped yesterday, Claire.
I know, and I also watched the second one.
Oh, I didn't watch the second one yet, so no spoilers.
Very good.
Was
it's
it?
getting me into the Halloween vibes.
Yes! I'm so glad. In case you can't tell.
Yeah. Okay, guys. In the beginning of this episode this time, if you're not watching a video, you should definitely be watching our videos because then you get to bask in all the glory that is our Halloween setup.
Our new setup.
Listen, we're always changing and always evolving.
Ever changing, ever evolving.
Yeah. And I think it looks really
Something
good.
else to say with that, but we lost the train of thought.
Yeah.
But that's the point.
Yeah, we have no train of thought. Or we do. It just doesn't have any tracks.
Yeah, it's the train from
Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I was like Lava Boy, but it's not quite
Close.
Lava Boy and Shark Girl.
But do you remember that George Lopez was in that movie?
It's so random that George Lopez was in that movie, but at the same time, so fitting.
Yeah.
Because it was his vibe at the time. That was so George Lopez, you know?
Yeah.
Dude, I loved that show.
I just remember
loved that show.
you're like half asleep at night.
Yes!
And then all of a sudden you hear that. Yeah, and then you're like, oh.
I loved that show. I had no
really
business.
good.
No business watching it though.
Peak comedy for sure.
Back in my day.
Yes. But guys, okay, going back to our setup here. We have really cool lights. They're Halloween themed
Should
with
we
purple.
introduce ourselves before you go down this train of thought?
Oh.
Should we introduce ourselves and then you can paint the picture?
Do they need to know who we are?
Do you know who
Just
we are?
Yes.
But in case you don't, hi, welcome to the Midnight Memo. I'm Kristen.
And I'm
I
Claire.
don't like that I started that off. It feels dirty now. Like I feel like I tainted it, but we're here
I think
now.
you did a great job.
Oh, thanks. Thanks.
Yeah.
Now, paint the scene for us, Claire. You were
Yeah,
doing so
guys,
beautifully.
it's Spook-tober. I mean, I'm not gonna
No,
TM
it's-
that,
no,
but I
we
think
should.
it's a thing, right? And so we were thinking, okay, wouldn't it be fun to have the month of October be dedicated to Halloween, spooky vibes? And so we got these nice lights, which are orange and green and purple. We have our little Halloween signs. that
All
say-
of these are Claire's things that I am now like taken over as well. But they're cute.
They're our things.
They're our thing. Oh.
Yes, and we even have our little fall candle here, which is one
Oh,
in
so
a
a
little
little
pumpkin.
pumpkin.
Yeah, it's in a little pumpkin jar, and it's like bourbon vanilla fall vibes. One of the
Bourbon pumpkin.
one of the like
How can you
15 candles I
forget?
have.
She did just count them. There in fact are 15
There-
candles.
yeah.
But on top of that, we also so the plan was going back. The plan was we were going to also have spooky themes. But then I kind of got caught in a hurricane, so that pushed me back.
So plans change.
Our entire trip, we were trying to do things, and then things go awry, hurricane, what have
Yeah.
you. So basically,
Casual hurricane it just happens.
the entire quote of like this past trip was like, make the plan, execute the plan, plan goes to shit. So we were
Throw away the plan.
and then you throw away the plan. Yeah, so we were quoting that. Anyways, that was the plan for this, is we were gonna do like spooky themes, but I was kind of did not have time to prep for this because we did not do that. And we also wanted to dress up we wanted to have costumes for these episodes. And again, I was in a hurricane and that did not
So
so that didn't happen. But we still have Halloween-y themed outfits. I have a can you even read it with this lighting? I don't know if you can read it.
know.
But it's a little tie-dye e-shirt and it says Wicked in this really cute purple font and it has a little witchy broom on it. I found it at Spirit Halloween when I went shopping at Spirit today and I fell in love with it, so I bought it and now I'm wearing it.
yeah.
So that's me.
Oh. And I stole one of her shirts. It has little skeleton hands on it. I
That
don't
are
think you
making
can
like
see
a
it.
little heart. They make like a little heart. Can you full shirt over face? Can you see my shirt?
This is my best effort. I could move my microphone, but then I don't want to.
No, don't do it.
We're giving spooky vibes, guys. It's spooky sleepover, Spooktober.
I was trying to figure out a way to like combine Spooktober and sleepover. but I feel like that'll just be a mess.
Yeah.
No, you can't. You just can't.
You can't.
Spook-tober sleepovers, though. I like it.
Yeah. Wow.
But hopefully for next week and the rest of the month, the plan is, we'll tell you guys the plan. We'll see if we execute the plan or if the plan will go to shit. The plan is we will dress up in Halloween costumes. We will have costumes for the videos. So even more so, reason to watch the videos.
Mm-hmm.
And we will have spooky themes.
Mm-hmm.
TBD on the spooky themes. But we have some thoughts. We have some plans. I'm not going to tell you those plans because we probably may or may not execute them.
Yeah. We'll try our best.
We'll do our best. So since we're starting Spooktober, what gets you in the spooky vibe, Claire?
Scary movies and
For sure.
planning for haunted houses. Like,
True.
literally so excited for like haunted houses. I feel like I've been looking forward to them for at least like 4 months.
Yeah.
Because I just have such fond memories of all the ones I've done. And so I'm just like, I want to do them now.
I still want to go back to Scarywood.
Okay, I was talking about this with the people I went to the Filipino street fair with today.
Yeah.
And I was like, do you guys like haunted houses? And they're like, yes. And I was like, well, I don't really know many that are in Seattle.
Me either.
I feel like the notorious one is the Georgetown morgue, which a lot of people go to.
That's the one I went to last year.
Oh, how was it?
With Gavin, Lizzie. It was good. I really liked it. I think it was also hard. It was really good, but I think it was also not hard to enjoy, but it was just a lot going on because we barely got in.
Mm-hmm.
We were like the literal last people that they allowed in because we were waiting for a couple other friends whose car broke down, unfortunately, and we were waiting for them to get into the morgue. So it was a lot of like waiting till the last minute. So for my partner and friend who were also coming with us, they are not very they are not haunted house people. Mm-hmm. So they already were like, did not want to do that.
They're like, I don't want to be here.
Yeah, exactly. And
Yeah.
then having to wait even more so for this other friend to show up so we could finally do it. I think like the angst of it all kind of got to them, in addition to it already being like a little bit scary. Mm-hmm. So when we were going through it, they were just like clutching onto each other, screaming in each other's faces. But it was like very cute too, because they were like both screaming, and then my partner's like, oh, I'm sorry if I'm screaming in your ear or something like that. I'm really scared. And she was like, don't worry, I'm really scared too. I'm probably screaming louder than you. So it was a very cute, wholesome moment amongst the chaos.
Yeah.
And then they put me in the front because they were like, be the brave one, like go through. And it was very scary, but it was very fun. But then it turned into me feeling bad because I was going through and I was triggering all of the actors.
Yeah.
And then they could hear Lizzie and Gab like 4 triggers back, and then they would be like, oh, okay. And they would reset and be able to perfectly scare them.
Yeah.
And like just like really get in on that. And so it was even like scarier for them. So I felt kind of bad for them. But it was very funny at the same time.
It was great for you. Yeah.
It was fantastic for me. I don't think they would do it again.
Well, guess who's going on a haunted house with us this year? Lizzie and Gab. Get ready.
Get ready. Strap in.
Yeah. But in the haunted house, you're like with a group of people or like a line of people.
Yeah.
What do you think is the best position to be
We
in?
were
in
talking
line?
about this. Okay, so when I went to Universal, they're having the horror nights.
Yes.
And I told my partner about it when he was coming up, because I just completely forgot about it. And I was like, oh my God, this is happening while we're there.
Yeah.
Do you want to go? And he actually said yes.
Ooh.
He was like, sure. And I was like, really?
Okay,
Like,
first of all, let me clarify this question. You want to go
Thank you.
voluntarily
yes.
to a haunted house.
Yes. That's exactly what I said. And I was, immediately, he said yes.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, put the real one on the phone. I was like, this is not my partner.
I'm
like,
going to walk out of this room. Give you 2 minutes. I'm going to come back in and we're going to have this conversation again.
literally. And then I was going to go with like my work friends who I was there with the conference too.
Yeah.
They wanted to go. And then I was like, sorry, I can't go because I want to also go with my partner and I'm not paying for 2 tickets like that. Shit's expensive. Like it was like, I think like almost $90 just for like the evening. It was
Yeah. A lot.
a lot. But iconic. It's like the biggest one in the US, right? So like I understand, but I wasn't gonna pay for 2 tickets for it. So then there was that whole thing. And when I told them how much of a scaredy cat my partner usually is, they're like, wait, he agreed to go? And I was like, you're confused, I'm confused. Like, don't know. But once we went during the day to Universal Park, and so he was able to see the decorations that were up, and he was like, yeah, I actually don't want to
Gabba.
And it was like at 3 p.m. they were seeing me. Well, like, okay, later that week he did agree. He was like, actually, yeah, I don't want to go. And then when we went to the park and he saw some of the decorations, he's like, yeah, I definitely would need like 5 to 10 business days to like
recover.
No, to mentally prepare.
Oh my god. He needs a couple weeks to prepare, a couple weeks to recover.
Exactly. So he was like, no. So I'm a little sad we didn't do it, but I understand why. But then my friends who went too, they said that they would wait like an hour just to get into one of the haunted houses there. It was so packed. So
yeah.
It's
ugh.
But anyways, when they were trying to convince me to go with them, they were like, oh, Kristen, do you like haunted houses? Yes. And they were like, okay, you have to be the front of our sandwich. Trying to break it up into the front people who are brave, the back people who are going to be brave to like maybe get grabbed by actors and whatnot, and then all the scaredy cats in the middle of the sandwich. Yeah. And that was kind of their approach. And I think that works. I think that's the safest bet to do it.
Yeah, be in the middle.
Yeah, if you're not so haunted house inclined, like be a middle sandwich person.
That makes sense. Yeah, I would say if the best position is either the middle if you don't like getting scared at all, or the front. Like I would not want to be in the back.
Me too. I would not want to be in the back.
Yeah, because it's like you said, you trigger all the scares, but you're like up front and you know that there are people behind you. But like if you're in the back and you get like a scared or like an actor tries to interact with you or something, you can get like lost from the group more easily, I think. So it's like then you have to like try to catch up, but then you're afraid to catch up because you don't know what other like things are gonna happen.
Yeah, what people were like screaming about earlier. Like you're delayed on everything. I totally agree. I don't want to be in the back. And also like depending how big of a group it is, like I do remember doing like my middle school haunted house, and it was like there was a lot of us. I can't remember how many. I want to say at least a group of 10. Like so pretty thick sandwich. And so the people who were setting it off at the beginning, by the time when they were screaming, part of the reason might have also been because I was so short. Like I couldn't see. It's dark. I'm short. Like I couldn't see what was happening.
I just have little legs. Wait up, guys.
Exactly. So they would set it off, and then everyone's screaming, and I'm like, wait, what's going on? And then just like slowly hearing the screams travel down the sandwich. I'm like, people see what the trigger is, and then by the time it gets to me, I'm like on edge. I'm like
like everything's clenched. You're like, all right, let's go.
Exactly. So unwell. So yeah, the back's not a fun time for sure. I would not want to be in the back.
Yeah. Hello. If you're hearing this, that means we have found a break in our trains of thought. I know, kind of crazy, like our podcast isn't chaotic or something like that. Anyway, this week we have a sponsor for this episode, and our sponsor is Newsly. And you're probably wondering, what is Newsly? Well, Newsly is an all-in-one audio super app for iOS and Android. It picks up the most trending articles on the web on topics you choose at any given moment and reads them to you in a natural human voice. For the first time, the entire web becomes listenable, all in one place. So you can stop scrolling and start listening. You can follow any topic as specific as you'd want, from sports to business to Bitcoin or even the Kardashians. And they have podcasts as well. Explore trending podcasts from over 80 countries. Our podcast, The Midnight Memo, will be there too. So make sure to check them out. Download and use Newsly for free now from www.newsly.me or from the link we have down in our description. You can also use the promo code TMM and receive 1 month of free premium subscription. That is TMM for 1 month of free premium subscription. That is right. So make sure to go check us out on the Newsly app. You will not regret it. And now back to the podcast. So story time of
Yes.
haunted house with young Claire. I used to hate haunted houses. Like I hated anything horror. I was
really?
like didn't like scary movies. Was afraid of the Wizard of Oz flying monkeys.
Okay, those are really weird.
Yeah, they were. Once I saw the Wizard of Oz, I was like, oh shit! Like your girl is out. Like we're
Your girl
gone.
Not doing this.
I'm like peace out. Yeah, and so when I was younger, I would only watch like princess movies, Barbie movies,
Right.
comedies, all that stuff. And we went, so it was my mom and me, and then one of my friends and her mom.
Okay.
And we had gone to this little, it wasn't a big haunted house place, but it was like a little theme park that had a haunted house for Halloween. And
Okay.
my mom's like, oh, do you girls want to go in?
Yeah.
And I don't really think we necessarily agreed. I'll say that, mother. I do not remember this.
If it's not a yes, it's a no.
Literally. But she had bought us tickets, and we were but only us, like the two
Oh my
girls.
God,
Not the parents
stop.
didn't. The parents didn't get tickets. No. They're like, let's just send them in alone.
They'll be fine. Go
Yeah, they're
ahead,
like, it's
sweetie.
a short walk through haunted house. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
No, me and this girl, we were running like we were track stars. Okay, we like right from the get go, we were like, we ran through this haunted house that was supposed to be like a nice leisurely walk. And like, so we go in, literally less than a minute, we come out the end, and our parents were like, what just happened? Like, did you even go in?
Yeah.
Like, we're like, yeah, we ran through it. And they're like, you're not supposed to run through them.
And you're like, you can't tell me what to do.
Yeah, I'm like, what do you mean? I was like, we saw it. It was fine. Like, everything was
Yeah,
great.
it was fine.
I'm like,
Everything's
can't you
fine.
see? I'm totally composed and everything's great. And
Do I not look fine to you, mother?
yeah, everything is great. But no, my mom was like, no, you're gonna do it again.
No, you're lying.
And we'll go with you, and we're gonna walk through.
no.
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
It's a no
Wait,
from me, dog.
Are we discovering my trauma? Right in this moment.
Am I traumatized?
No, so
Oh
she went up to the workers and she's like, hi, we just bought 2 tickets for our daughters. However, they ran through the haunted house and didn't really see anything. Can we just walk through it again? And they were like, yeah, like we literally just saw everything that happened. Like, go for it. And so they made
Too
us
nice of workers. They should have tried to charge you to try to convince your mom out of it.
Right?
Too nice of workers.
Yeah. And so we literally had to walk slowly through
No.
the haunted house, and the whole time I had my eyes covered and I was just staring at the like floor, and like I would just hear everything that was happening, and I was like, no, unsafe. Yeah, I think that was my first haunted house though. So
That you're gonna say that? Yeah, I think that was my first trauma.
no, I've had many before that. So,
So late in life for my first one.
yeah, but so we've evolved
We've evolved.
and we like haunted houses now. I don't know why. I don't know when
I
the
don't know what
change
the flip
happened.
happened. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it was after probably I was very scared by my first haunted or like horror movie. And then like I finally like read or listened or watched a video on like the making of the movie to
Okay.
where it's like, oh, you see everything that goes on behind the scenes. You see the special effects, you see the makeup, you see like all that stuff. So it becomes less real to me.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And so now, and like as I've grown up, I've become, like you, we like true crime, we like
Yeah.
all that stuff, which is like real life scary, not like sci-fi scary.
Yeah.
Or like, I don't know, zombie undead scary, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I'm like, if I can literally tolerate thinking about like serial killers and things like that, then a zombie movie or like a movie about a witch or a haunting isn't
Yeah.
as scary. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, I think the true crime world definitely desensitizes you to like the horror things.
Yeah. Which is kind of
That-
concerning in its own right.
It is concerning. I've been seeing a lot of male comedians like make jokes about that, where they like, yeah, my girlfriend watches true crime, and like basically their shock factor of like how unshocked we are by watching true crime and like serial killers, and it's like that's the scary reality of like what we live in. Like when
Yeah.
being a female in this society is that scary. Let me just tell you.
Yeah.
And it's like, what was it? There was this one comedian he made a joke. I can't remember his name, so I feel kind of bad, but I'm gonna like reference his bit a little bit. And he was saying like how his girlfriend is so unfazed by true crime and that sort of thing, and he's like, she'll literally watch a serial killer documentary about a guy who kills women who go for runs through the park, and then after that show's done, she will go on a run in the park. And I was like, I'm watching this comedian, I'm like, because if I didn't do all the things that women get killed for, I would never leave the house.
Literally.
Like, I would never be able to do anything.
Yeah.
So
and it's just like, yeah, it's the weird thing of, or a paradox, is that the right word? Of like, the more you know about true crime, the less likely it's going to happen to you.
Is that a fact?
I don't want to say it's a fact.
Okay.
But I do believe in that. I kind of
believe you.
Yeah. Because it's like, oh, the more we know about, say, abductions or whatever, like how girls get abducted, then now we're more aware of it. So if we see something weird, we're like, I'm out, you know, rather than being oblivious to it. And then like those are the girls who will, I don't want to say it's more likely to happen, but like if you don't know what to look for, then you can't look for it. Exactly.
Right.
So I think like the more we know about true crime cases and like all that stuff, then it's less likely to happen to us. Do you have any other haunted house stories?
Ooh.
Or like, what was your favorite haunted house?
Oh my god.
Experience. Yeah.
My favorite haunted house truly was Scary Wood. Like, I can't express how much fun that was, and I keep wanting to go back with my partner.
I want to go back too.
Okay, so this year we need to go back.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm so down. So guys, if you're not from the PNW, there's a theme park in Idaho called Silverwood, but for Halloween they transform into Scarywood, and so it's like an interactive haunted theme park, and it's super fun. They have a bunch of different rides, a bunch of different haunted houses,
and then they also have like different like areas of the park, like I guess like they'll turn it into like different zones, and each zone has a theme. So like there's a mummy theme in one, there's a zombie theme, there's a killer clown theme, there's other ones that I can't remember right now because those were definitely the creepiest to me. The zombie theme. And so like you walk through and there's like different zones, and as you're walking through those zones there's actors who fit that theme. So like when you're going through the killer clown one, there's a bunch of like haunted clowns, and that was fucking terrifying. And then when you walk through the killer clown theme, there was they had like a smoke machine going off the whole time, so it had like this really eerie fog, but the fog smelled like cotton candy.
Oh my god, it was the best. I was like, can we walk through that again?
So good. And I was like, you're luring me in, you're doing exactly what the thing is doing, the thing. And it was like, it was kind of creepy because I was like,
the thing is thinging.
Yeah. The thing was doing the thing.
We have bachelor's degrees.
Stop.
That has bachelor degree says things are thinging.
Actually uses this
braining.
Actually uses that sentence.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Continue.
Anyways, but yeah, like I was like, I know you're luring me in with the smell of popcorn. It's like when people vape.
Oh my god, yeah, the fruity vapes back then, which are now like illegal to have.
Is it illegal?
The fruity flavors are, I think, now illegal because they didn't taste, like, they tasted so good that a lot of young kids were doing it too. And they're like, vaping isn't good, kids. But they would just get the fruity flavors anyway.
Yeah.
So now I think it's like only like menthol and not great flavors. But I could be wrong too. That was like a couple years ago. So,
I mean, I kind of believe it. Like, I could see that as being valid. I don't know. But yeah, they were like enticing you with the cotton candy smell, and I was like, I don't want to go through the killer clowns, but like cotton candy.
Yes. Yeah. That was a really fun theme park.
That was so fun.
Except for one, which was the completely dark one. Do you remember that one?
Nope.
It was basically they had this haunted house.
Okay, you're talking about the actual house, not like the zones.
Oh yeah, the actual haunted house.
Oh my god, that one was terrifying. My claustrophobia, like,
yeah,
I wanted to die the whole, like,
Listen.
the worst part, it was completely pitch black. It was completely dark. And I wanted to open my eyes so bad.
Mm-hmm.
But I could, like, I think that was the most terrifying part for me. Is like my eyes were open.
And it was still pitch
And it was
black.
still pitch black. I couldn't see anything.
Yeah.
We, like, went in with a group of, like,
random guys from, like, a different school.
I think,
Yeah. And it was like, I don't have claustrophobia. And I was having claustrophobia.
Yeah.
Like, it was a haunted house that you had to completely rely on touch.
Yeah.
And so you had to, like, feel your way through it. But they had things on the walls that were, like, creepy. And so there was one...
Like, it's slanted. Like, the walls
Mm-hmm.
would go in certain spots. And then they would have, like, the roof cut down. So you had to, like, duck into a hole to get into, like, the next room. And
Yeah.
it was basically a maze, but pitch black.
Yeah. And I think it was towards the very end. Yeah, it was very, very end that the walls were closing in. But, like, obviously we can't see, so we're just feeling them.
Yeah, you just feel the tightness.
Yeah, and it wasn't even, like,
yeah.
straight up walls, like regular room walls. They were, like, these really heavy drapes or something like that.
Not
'Cause
quite a tarp, but it was like...
Yeah, like, you could just feel them weighing on you, which was, like, I think the scariest
That
part.
was terrifying.
Because I'm like, I feel like I'm going down and I, like, don't know where to go.
Yeah.
But so that's when I literally grabbed the guys who were in front of us. And
Yeah.
then, like, we walked out together because I was like, sorry I grabbed onto you, but I was, like,
Not having it.
not having a good time in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it was,
I think
that was
I,
a
like,
scary
started holding on to you, and then at some point we got lost, and I, like, that's when I really started to panic. I was like, I'm gonna die in here. And then I found one of the other guys, or, like, someone else from that group, and I was like, I, like, death gripped their arm. I was like, do not leave me. I need, like, no. You are guiding me out of here if your life depends on this.
Yeah. I think that was the scariest house I've been in.
I totally agree. That was, I totally trauma blocked that out, but now you've unlocked it.
You're welcome.
Thanks.
It's because I love you.
Oh, thanks.
We can be traumatized together.
My love language is traumatizing you back.
Those who get traumatized together stay together.
How cute.
Yeah. But
Yeah, that was bad. I mean, that's fair. You made me do that. I made you do the
yeah, I cried. I cried in the club with Chad, Thad, and Brad.
These guys that we met while we were at that amusement park introduced themselves to us as Chad, Thad, and Brad, and I was like, that's absolutely not your real names, but that's what they were going with.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm never gonna see you again, so I don't care.
Yeah, I was like, I don't care enough to actually, like, ask for your sure, you're Chad, Thad, and Brad, but then they kept changing who was Chad, who was Thad, and who was Brad, and I was like, if you're gonna go with a bit, you need to stick to your bit. But
Yeah, I was like, it's fine. Yeah, but I think my favorite haunted house was the one down in San Diego. Which,
well,
I'm just saying. Wait, it's called San Diego puts on this haunted house area called the Scream Zone, and it's 2 haunted houses, like the small haunted house and the big haunted house, and then a haunted hayride, and like
I
they
had
like
a hayride that was really fun back
Yeah?
in Hawaii. Yeah, but you finish your story first.
Okay. So yeah, the big haunted house was my favorite because they had scares that like I hadn't seen before
Okay.
in haunted houses. So one, we were there was this like really long hallway that you had to walk down, and then it would eventually turn down like another hallway, but like this is the only way you can go. You can't like take any other paths.
Detours,
Yeah. But at the end of the hallway, there was this clear wall that had like holes in it. But you could see an actor like banging on it and like growling at it, but you had to walk towards them to like continue through the haunted house. And as soon as you got close enough, he would slide the wall open and charge you.
Stop! No.
Yeah, it was
no.
It was kind of insane.
No.
So everyone would like hit the walls, and he would just like charge through the middle of the hallway.
Oh my god. Wait, so the wall that he's at, is it the dead end that you're walking towards before you have to turn?
Yeah.
Whatever, right or left?
Yeah.
Dude. Oh my god.
Yeah. And so it's like, you can't turn around. You just like, that's the only way. Or you could like obviously all the haunted houses have like emergency exits if you want to just go through there, but you're like, no, I want to experience a haunted house.
That's kind of like the Chucky room that was in, I think it was in Universal. That was my first haunted house I went to with my dad, who decided to be unhinged. And it was like, yeah, going through this haunted house full of Universal's like iconic horror movies.
Yeah.
And so I was good for like the first half of it. And then around the halfway mark, there was like this Chucky room, and it had a bunch of like various sized like Chucky dolls in it. And I was like, okay, like creepy, but whatever. And then then it was the same thing. You're walking towards this hallway, and then there's this huge Chucky doll that's easily 6 foot something. And then only once you get to the end of that hallway, you have to make a turn.
Yeah.
And same thing where you go, my dad's in front of, it's just me and my dad too. So my dad walks, he makes the turn, and I'm about to make the turn. And then Chucky lunges out because it's a human. It's a live man.
Yeah.
And he lunges and he like tries to grab little like 10-year-old me. And I booked it into the back of my dad. I have never run so hard for my life than in that moment.
Oh my God.
And then, well, I thought it was my dad. It turned out to be a body bag.
Even the biggest horror, yet it wasn't your dad.
Yeah, I ran into, the next room was like body bags. So like I ran into it and I thought it was my dad, and then it was a body bag. So that was fun. Trauma.
The real horror was. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what else
But-
about that San Diego house?
There was another one where we were going through a little room that just had like headstones in different graves. And so we're like, okay, just looking at the graves. But like, what we didn't know, there were actors who were on top. Like, I don't know how they got up there, but they were strapped to bungees. And so like when you would walk through, they would just jump down, like scare you, but the bungees would pull them right back up. So that happened to me, and I literally threw my whole body backwards because they had landed right in front of me. But I was so scared. But that was like, that's creative. Like I wouldn't have thought about that.
That's good.
Yeah. I think those are like the two iconic scares that I remember.
Yeah.
And then the obvious chainsaws.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, remember the teddy bear with the chainsaw that chased us around when we were at Scarywood?
No, I don't.
There was a little person in a teddy bear costume.
Oh, yes.
Teddy bear costume with a chainsaw that was just like revving the chainsaw when you walked into the park.
Love that.
And then he chased us down one of the walkways for a little bit. That was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The actors there were pretty fun.
Oh yeah, the actors were so freaking good. On all the haunted houses too. Like the actors that were in the scare zones and like just walking through, because each of the zones, they turned the rides at the amusement park into like some type of haunted horror theme. But then also just walking throughout the park is like being in a haunted house where they have like the scare zone. So like I was saying, like killer clowns. So they'll just have like actors dressed as killer clowns like walking through the main pathways that you will encounter and walk through. So like the whole park is a giant haunted house, which is really fun.
Yeah.
For us. Some may not agree.
And they're... No, just kidding.
And then you're wrong. Just kidding.
Yeah.
But yeah. There was that. What else was I gonna say?
Haunted hayride.
Oh, there was this hayride that we went to back in high school. We went for like a cheer bonding experience. And so I would say 80% of the girls on my team were terrified of haunted houses.
So this is a great event to go to.
Exactly. Logic has no home here. Anyways, so they were terrified. So when we went on this hayride, there were two options. There was like an enclosed bed, because you like sit on the bed of the
like
the
a cage.
The truck bed. So there's an enclosed one, and then there was an open one. So everyone was like, we need the enclosed, like we want to be secure. And if you don't know what a hayride is, it's like you sit on a barrel of hay on the back of a truck and you go through these fields. And usually it's basically a giant haunted house with the actors coming towards the truck.
It's like a safari, but you're
with
in a cage.
It's a safari, but
a
the
reverse
actors
safari.
are animals and you're the one being hunted.
Yeah.
And like, so fun. And yeah, so everyone wanted to do the enclosed one because we're like, oh, that way we're safe from the actors. Because usually when you do these haunted houses, rule number 1 is that the actors can't touch you. 99% of the time. Most haunted houses go by that rule. So with this assumption, we're like, oh, we're safe. No. So apparently with the enclosement, because, yeah, I think I don't know at what point along the line, but the assumption was that it was going to be like a fully enclosed, like, truck bed. And it wasn't. It was a cage like you were just talking about.
Yeah.
And so what happened is when we got there, we're on the hayride. And so the girls are getting scared. Like, everything's happening. They're coming at, these like zombies are coming at us and whatever. And then they start grabbing onto the truck and they're shaking the truck, which is, yes, very scary. And then they start climbing up the bars of the cage. And now people are freaking out, and then they start dangling their arm inside. The girls are like screaming. My friends are like grabbing onto me and like pulling me, and I'm like trying so hard not to laugh hysterically because this is so funny to me. I don't know why, but that was like the reaction I had. And then
she's a Scorpio. I'm
a Scorpio. Sorry, that's my toxic trait. And so they're like dangling. Okay, the girl who did this too, she had to be a Scorpio because she was toxic. Because she was like dangling her arm into the cage. And then like slowly dangling her body in like in this contorted fashion. Yeah. Like upside down and backwards into the cage. And so everyone's like looking up at her, like screaming their heads off. And then she just falls and drops into the hayride with us. And then she just like picks herself, like no bones, picks herself up. And she's in the middle of the bed now with, or the truck bed with us. Everyone lost their shit at that point. Which, it was very creepy. Like, she was good. She did good. Yeah. And everyone lost their shit. They were like, oh my God, they're in the truck with us now. And because everyone was focusing on her, everyone did see, like, the 4 or 5 other actors who had, like, climbed into the cage with us. So now they were, like, walking up and down in between the aisles of the barrels of hay and, like, getting in people, like, the people who were screaming the loudest, of course, they were aiming for them and getting all, like, up in their faces to scare them. I was laughing hysterically under my breath because I thought that was so funny. I was like, the louder you scream, the closer they're gonna get to you. Like, how do you not understand this? Yeah. Which made it funnier. But that was really good. That was a lot of fun. I don't think my partner would enjoy it.
Oh, he'll learn.
Good luck with that.
Overall, I can't wait for haunted houses. I think we need to find some.
We do.
Either... Or like drive-through experiences or something within Seattle to do. I think that would be super fun. But then,
to do that last year because I feel like we didn't take advantage of it. But then by the time I was trying to do that, they were all done. So definitely need to this year. But that's why I wanted to kick off spooky season early this year. And we're having an early Halloween party. Which is why, that's the whole reason why I wanted to do it. Because I didn't want to have a Halloween party at the end of the month. When spooky season is over, I was like, we want to kickstart it, start the month off right. So we're having a Halloween party next week already. And we just bought our costumes and I'm stoked for it. And Claire just got her costume too. So I'm really excited for her costume. Do you want to tell the people what your costume's going to be, or do you want to leave it as a surprise?
I'll tell you.
I go tell you.
So I'm gonna be Yzma from the Emperor's New Groove, and my boyfriend is going to be Kronk. And so we have our costumes already. Yes,
I'm so excited.
And we have these like little glass bottles that we're gonna put our drinks in, and we're gonna put them as like Cusco's poison and like other little other little animals. So it's gonna be good.
Your ghost is playing with the lights again.
It's okay.
Please. Not right now. Recording.
This is a perfect appearance.
I know. They really wanted to make an appearance.
Yeah.
And then me.
Yeah.
So me and my partner are going to be Jack and Sally from The Nightmare Before Christmas. And I'm very stoked about it. I've only been subtly hinting at it for like a month and a half. It's fine. We were originally going to be what he described as gangsters because he didn't know who Bonnie and Clyde were. That hurt me. I hope that hurt you because that really hurt me because I sent him like a few pictures.
Gavin and I are the same person.
I know. I'm dating male Claire. And then I'm married to Claire, and I work married to Claire on this podcast.
We're already
I can't leave.
2 times over.
Double married.
So
Do I need to get a double piercing too?
yeah. Yeah, I want to get a new piercing anyway. Anyway, that's a side thing.
That's aside. Y'all, different issues.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we're gonna be Jack and Sally, and then our dog is gonna be Zero. So I'm very excited for that because I wanted a costume that could fit the 3 of us, and
You're gonna have a big 0 on your.
Zero's gonna be a little large. My dog's like 75 to 80 pounds. She's a little large.
It's fine.
But it's okay.
Yeah. So it'll be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bad timing
Wow.
because literally just got back, and I have a week to plan a Halloween party, so
Yay!
yay for Kristen.
I will host a Christmas party.
Of course you have to.
But not Halloween party.
Of course you have to.
Yeah. So
Halloween's mine, you get Christmas.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's gonna be the best Christmas. I'm so excited.
Wait, give me this month. You have your basically as soon as Halloween's over, there's already Christmas decoration. This is my pet peeve. Okay, let's go to Christmas pet peeves now. I love Christmas too. I absolutely love it. But wait your damn turn. Like, don't be putting Christmas decorations out in September.
There are literally Christmas stores that are open in the summer.
There are Christmas stores open. They have, like, they'll put Halloween decorations out alongside the they'll put Christmas decorations out alongside the Halloween, and sometimes even more than the amount of Halloween decorations they have. And I'm like, it's not even October yet, let alone December, and you're gonna put, like, the audacity. Ooh, it grinds my gears. The audacity. It grinds my gears. Oh!
I love Christmas.
No.
I will start listening to Christmas music right now.
You started, like, back in July.
Christmas, the snow is coming down.
Wait your damn turn. Like,
it's
basically.
so fun.
And then, like, as soon as it's after Halloween, like, then it just becomes even more blatant. Like, we forget about Thanksgiving.
Because Thanksgiving should not be a holiday. This is my opinion.
I don't disagree with you. But because it is a holiday, Christmas, wait your damn turn until December.
Listen. No.
Listen.
Hear you, but no.
Yes, but no. Not even yes. I hear you, but absolutely not.
Yeah.
Unhinged.
Yeah. But it's fine.
Wait your damn turn. Get in line.
No.
Wait.
No.
Wait like the rest of us.
No.
The worst.
I know.
Christmas fans are the worst.
But we're also the best.
No, you're just the worst. Period. End of sentence. Done.
Team Christmas, Team Halloween.
Team Halloween, despite my name having half of the same letters as Christmas.
Oh my gosh. My name
Your middle
is
name.
French. No, my whole name is French. So Claire's French, Noelle is French, and Norman is French.
No way.
Yeah, because I did the little, like, where's my name from? Meh. And so basically, Claire means bright, Noelle means Christmas, and Norman means from the north. So my name means bright Christmas from the north.
You're lying.
This is what the internet told me circa, like, 2015. Okay? Christmas is in my blood. It runs through my veins. So,
Oh my god.
yeah.
I'm dead.
Anyway, fun facts.
Fun facts. Fun fact, Kristen was supposed to be born on Halloween.
This makes a lot of sense then.
Yeah. That was
Yeah.
my due date.
Okay.
So. Tracks. It tracks.
It tracks.
A lot. The maths, you know?
Yeah. Thank you so much, guys, for joining us on our little kickoff to Spook-tober. We shared some of our story times.
You're so tall. I need to.
I'm slouching.
You're taller.
Thanks for joining us and sharing our haunted house story times. leave us comments and suggestions for other haunted house. Like if you're in Seattle,
if you're in Seattle, or if you have been to Seattle and know haunted house, hayride, spooky things to do in Seattle, or even the greater PNW, like I could be down for a drive maybe over the weekend.
Yeah.
Let us know in the comments down below. DM us, message us, email us, whatever. Get in contact with us and soon, please and thank you.
Yes, this is urgent. Thank you so much.
Yeah, this is a time sensitive ask.
All of our social media information will be down below, and remember to check us out on Newsly, the app. We have all of our information for that down below as well, plus our promo code if you want a month free premium subscription. On top of that, if you are watching on YouTube, click that subscribe button, the little bell. If you want to, you don't have to, but we would really appreciate it. Yeah. And if there are any other like spooky Halloween vibes for this month of October, let us know. Yeah.
If you have ideas for my Christmas party. Oh my god.
Oh my god. She's Team Christmas.
No, I'm not.
We're ending it here.
No.
Thank you so much. Good night.
If you have any ideas for my Halloween party, please let me know. This is also an urgent ask. Thank you.
We have T-minus 7 days.
T-minus 7 days from recording. By the time this drops, we have T-minus like 3 days.
That's true.
I live my life on the edge. It's
truly.
Hurricane, Christmas party. Wow. I was going to say Thanksgiving after that. This is the sign I need to go to bed.
Guys,
I'm still on East Coast
the midnight
time.
memo. Truly.
It truly is.
Alrighty.
Well, I'm derailed, so good night.
Good night, y'all. Bye.
Bye.